So we woke up, Tarek, to a very sad and big piece of news. Sears, one of the preeminent large retailers in North America, is filing for bankruptcy. Yet another disappearing retailer. Is retailer in an identity crisis?
Well, if you listen to the media, then you definitely think so, right? If you kind of follow the news of how many big brands are closing shops and shutting down, you would definitely think that this is the end of retail as we know it. But if you actually look at the other side of the story, there's a lot of big e-commerce players actually increasing the number of stores that are opening in the US. So last year, 2017, there was around 10,400 stores that closed. There was actually 10,400 stores that opened up. And a lot of this is attributed to the fact that a lot of e-commerce players are actually getting into that space.
So in many ways, it's always easy to focus on the bad news and not highlight the good news. 4,000 more stores opening than closing. What does that predict for the future of retail?
I think a key learning here is that retail is no longer about selling products. It is about really creating transformative experiences. And what retailers need to do is really redefine their role and their purpose in the life and the kind of experiences that they deliver to people.
Yeah, and I think it's not surprising that we're seeing that all of our work across retail from a global perspective has shown to us that it's no longer good enough to just sell product. You need to sell product excellently and stage meaningful experiences. And what we at Fjord and Accenture Interactive have done, we've taken a step back and really created a point of view around what are the new kinds of shapes retailers need to take on in an era where you need to be both good at selling product but staging meaningful experiences. So it was fun to see the crowd this morning when we then unpacked 7 different shapes of retail. What's your favorite one?
I think first of all, a lot of them are very relevant to Dubai, especially the region. My favorite one is shrinking the thinking. I think it's very relevant for me personally. I think in this day and age where we kind of want to get to our final objective quite quickly, we don't want to waste our time with mundane tasks and things. I think a lot of that can be automated using technology. What I want is really an engaging, refreshing experience that I can Instagram, I can share with my friends, and create a memorable experience that makes me kind of want to come back and actually engage with the brand across different channels.
It's good to hear that this is relevant here in the Middle East and in the GCC countries, especially as we think most retailers and the success of retail in the future will be a combination of probably 2, sometimes maybe 3 of these shapes that we predicted. Shrinking the thinking, which is essentially sort of like Amazon epitomizes that approach and has mastered it, will probably be the foundation for many experiences. And then we see retailers already, and we predict more of them will add other shapes, such as the personal curator, or looking at setting up incredible theatrical experiences that engage your customers.
I also like the savor the time.
Absolutely, which is intentionally against save time and agility. It is savor time. Create longer, slower retail experiences so that your customers actually learn something and engage into the product. There are a few experiences that we didn't get to talk about, such as Me and We, which is really about creating a social and a community experience. And the decoy, I think that's a very good one, and I think hyper relevant for here as well.
Absolutely.
So overall, good session. Dubai, clearly with all of its malls in different shapes and sizes, is a place where retail formats get innovated and experimentation is driven, and I think we will find a lot of interest.
Absolutely, I think Dubai is really kind of a testing ground for a lot of new transformation in terms of the retail space. I think a lot of the big retail players are quite innovative and are becoming more and more courageous to experiment and use their stores and use their real estate to create these types of engaging experiences. So to learn more, please visit our website.